Travis Scott. Jacques Webster, Jr., better known by his stage name Travis Scott, is an American hip-hop recording artist and music producer from Houston, Texas. In 2012, Scott signed his first major label deal with Epic Records. In November of the same year, Scott signed a deal with Kanye West's Good Music to be a part of its production wing Very Good Beats. After appearing on the label's 2012 compilation album Cruel Summer. In April 2013, it was announced Scott signed a record deal with T.I.'s Grand Hustle imprint. Scott's first full-length project, a mixtape titled Owl Pharaoh, was self-released in May 2013. This was followed with a second mixtape, titled Days Before Rodeo, in August 2014. Scott's debut studio album, Rodeo, was released in September 2015, and was led by the hit single, Antidote, which reached the top 20 of the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. His second album, Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, was released in September 2016, to critical acclaim. Early life. Jacques Webster, Jr. was born on April 30, 1992 in Houston, Texas. He grew up in Missouri City, a middle-class suburban area bordering southwest Houston. Scott stayed with his grandmother in the hood from ages 1 to 6, but later moved to the suburbs, where his mother worked for Apple Inc., while his father ran his own business. Scott attended the University of Texas at San Antonio before dropping out to fully pursue his music career. 2009 to 12 career beginnings and record deals. At the age of 16, Scott embarked on his musical career as a record producer, with a focus on hip-hop production. He subsequently entered his first partnership with his longtime friend, Chris Holloway, forming the duo The Graduates. In 2008, the duo released their untitled first EP on social networking website, MySpace. The following year, Scott and Og Chess, one of Travis' schoolmates, formed the group The Classmates. The Classmates released 2 projects, with Buddy Rich in 2009, and Cruisin' USA in 2010. Scott mainly handled production work on both projects. The duo remained together until late 2012, when personal conflicts and financial disputes led to the disbandment of the group. After leaving college, Scott moved from Houston, Texas to Washington, New York, where Scott began working with friend Mike Wax, who owned the music website Ill Roots. Eventually frustrated in New York, Scott moved to Los Angeles, California 4 months later. Atlanta-based rapper and owner of Grand Hustle Records T.I. would later hear one of Scott's productions, titled Lights. While in Los Angeles, T.I.'s representative contacted Scott, asking him to attend a studio for a meeting. During the meeting, T.I. freestyled over Animal, one of Scott's productions. 2012 to 14, Owl Pharaoh and Days Before Rodeo. Travis Scott's first solo full-length project is a mixtape titled Owl Pharaoh, which was set to be released as a free download in 2012. However, the project was delayed, and was announced to be slated for a later release. The project was later recreated by Kanye West and Mike Dean, and was then again delayed for sample clearance issues. In promotion, Scott would release the track Blocker La Flame, a remix of fellow Good Music label mate Pusha T's single, Blocker. The song was produced by Young Chop, with additional production by Scott himself, alongside Mike Dean. On March 22, 2013, Scott released the music video for a song titled Quintana, set to appear on Owl Pharaoh. The mixtape's version of the song features guest vocals from fellow American rapper Whale, while the production was handled by Scott himself, alongside Zach Parsay and Mike Dean. On March 27, XXL revealed that Scott was a member of their freshman class of 2013. On March 29, 2013, following his interview with British disc jockey DJ Semtex, Scott premiered a snippet of his commercial debut single, titled Upper Echelon, featuring 2 Chainz and T.I. on April 2, 2013. Scott stated Owl Pharaoh was his official debut mixtape and would be released on the iTunes Store on May 21, 2013. On April 23, 2013, Upper Echelon was sent to Urban Contemporary Radio. The EP was released for free download. On March 13, 2014, Scott performed a new song, tentatively titled 1975, featuring Big Sean, from his upcoming project at the time, at the Texan Music Festival South by Southwest. Scott later confirmed via his Twitter account that the song is not called 1975 and would be included on his second mixtape, titled Days Before Rodeo. He would later take to his Twitter account to announce Rodeo as the official title for his major label debut studio album. On May 5, 2014, Scott released the full version of the song, with its new title, Don't Play, featuring vocals English rock band The 1975. On July 11, 2014, Don't Play was officially released as the lead single from Days Before Rodeo via digital distribution. Following the success of Days Before Rodeo, Scott announced that he would headlining a concert tour called the Rodeo Tour, with Rich Gang's rapper Young Thug and producer Metro Boomin. The tour started on March 1, 2015 in Santa Ana, California and ended on April 1, 2015, in Portland, Oregon. The tour ran through major cities such as Denver, Colorado, Houston, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Michigan, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, Philadelphia, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Francisco, California, and Seattle, Washington. Second shows were added to some cities such as Los Angeles and New York City, after his first shows had sold out too quickly towards the eyes of his fans. Artists such as Kanye West, Chris Brown, Whale, and Birdman made special guest appearances in certain cities. Scott's Rodeo Tour has been acclaimed to be one of today's wildest rap tours. 2015-16, Rodeo and Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. Rodeo was released on September 4, 2015, by Grand Hustle and Epic Records. 1. The album features guest appearances from Quavo, Juicy J, Kanye West, The Weeknd, SWAE Lee, Chief Keef, Justin Bieber, Young Thug and Toro Weiger, and includes production from Mike Dean, Kanye West, Wonder Girl, Suba, DJ Dahi, Metro Boomin, 1500 or Nothing, Sonny Digital, Southside, Terrace Martin, Zaytoven, Pharrell Williams, and Travis Scott himself, among others. The album was supported by 2 singles, 3500, featuring Future and 2 Chainz, and Antidote. The latter became his highest-charting single on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart, peaking at number 16. Rodeo received generally positive reviews from critics and debuted at number the on the US Billboard 200 chart. It also debuted at number 1 on Billboard's Top Rap Albums chart. On January 4, 2016, Scott would announce that he has a new studio album on the way. On February 8, 2016, it was announced that Iluvme Conan, Vic Mensa and Travis Scott would be a part of the WANGSQUAD and Alexander Wang campaign. On March 29, 2016, 300 Entertainment executive Lya Cohen revealed that Scott and Young Thug were releasing a single together and called Scott's upcoming album Made Classic. On April 7, 2016, Travis Scott previewed a single with Young Thug at one of his shows. On May 17, 2016, Travis Scott announced that the title of his second album would be Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight, while also confirming the title for his third album to be Astroworld. On June 3, 2016, the collaborative single between Thug and Scott was released, titled "Pick Up the Phone." The single, which also features vocals from Quavo of Atlanta-based rap trio Migos, reached number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100, and was certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. On August 31, 2016, Scott announced that Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight was finally finished in a post on Instagram. Scott premiered the album on his third episode of WikiVidi Radio on September 2, 2016, and was later released on iTunes and Apple Music. On September 11, 2016, the album became Scott's first #1 album on the US Billboard 200. On September 12, 2016, Universal Music Publishing Group's CEO, Jody Gerson, announced that the label signed a worldwide deal with Travis Scott. In the same episode, Scott premiered Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. He also announced that he would be executive producing on Kanye West's Cruel Winter, a follow-up to his GOOD music label's debut compilation Cruel Summer. In the episode, he described the upcoming album as very youthful, straight to the point, like the illest ever, man, like the illest album. 2017 present, Astroworld. Travis Scott performed at All-Star Weekend on February 16, 2017 in New Orleans. At Champion Square, Scott also performed at New Orleans Booker Music Plus Art Project Festival on March 10, 2017. On March 5, Scott announced a concert tour called Bird's Eye View. The following day, the dates and cities for the tour was unveiled, with it beginning on March 10 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and coming to an end on July 9 in Turku, Finland. In March 2017, Scott announced he would be launching his own imprint, under the name of Cactus Jack Records. During an interview, Scott said, "I'm not doing it to have financial control over my music. I want first and foremost to help other artists launch new names, to provide opportunities. I want to do for them what happened to me, but better. By better I mean no bullshit. No lying to the artists about album release dates or the budgets of videos and albums." On April 3, 2017, it was reported Scott had been working on a collaborative album with Atlanta-based rapper Quavo of Migos, potentially to be released later in 2017. Speaking to GQ, he confirmed, "The Quavo album is coming soon. I'm dropping new music soon. You know how I do it though, I like surprises." In addition to the collaborative album, Scott announced his third studio album, Astroworld, named after the defunct Houston theme park of the name, is nearing completion and would most likely be released in 2017. Scott was also featured on a track from Canadian rapper Drake's project More Life, titled Portland. The song peaked at number 9 on the US Billboard Hot 100, becoming his highest charting song as a featured artist. Musical style. Spin magazine compared his 2013 mixtape Owl Pharaoh to that of Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Mr. Rager. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.